Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Today we are, of course, chatting about the Olympic Games. They are coming up, the opening ceremony this Friday, so a lot of anticipation up until this point. And again, with anything fun comes the scams. So unfortunately, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau. He is joining us again this afternoon to chat a little bit about Olympic Games related scams and what we can avoid, or how rather we can avoid those scams. Hey Josh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but
Yeah,
hopefully
right?
it's a way to navigate the next month. Everybody seemingly has their eyes set on Paris and the athletes that are representing their respective countries. But anytime there's a marquee sporting event that commands millions of eyeballs and billions of dollars in attention, sadly, there are scammers that are looking to get a cut of it. And at past games, what we have fielded are numerous reports of scams that target both consumers and business owners. Everything from ads for merchandise to text alerts for streaming opportunities to watch events, and even job postings around the games have been reported. So certainly, we want you to navigate the next month as safely as possible and enjoy the spectacle of the games, but also understand that there are going to be some opportunities that aren't real that you want to, of course, avoid.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk a little bit about those specifically. So, on the email that you sent, you said phishing texts and emails is one thing. You mentioned job scams, counterfeit merchandise, fake sports streaming links. Can we kind of chat about each one of those and explain to our viewers what exactly they are, how we might come about those, and how to avoid them?
Absolutely. So phishing texts and emails. We released an investigative study last month, which we talked about, which found that phishing scams had reached an all-time high, according to BBB Scam Tracker data. And the expectation is for those reports to actually continue. So for the next month, what you might get is a text message with a great offer for something that sounds like it's from a legitimate seller, or it's a link to view a certain event, or a way to, in some way, capture the essence of the games. And all of these communications are really engineered to get you to respond. So if you click on a link or a text or you email back, you're considered what scammers would consider you to be an active user. And really, it's very challenging to kind of stop yourself and not engage with any communication without you first determining who it's from. But it's really essential that you do that in 2024. And to do that, right, what you can do is you can visit the company site directly if it's someone who is pretending to be an organization or a company, right? You can look them up on bbb.org. If they're advertising that here's a link to an opportunity for you to view a certain event, you can look up that event schedule to see whether it's actually happening at that particular time. And you can learn a little bit more about the person who's communicating with you. And that might seem non essential, but I promise you it's really critical that you do this because uh, by clicking into these communications, not only are you marking yourself as an active participant, that's also more likely for you to receive ongoing communication from this person. But you might also just immediately start what we would refer to as a malware download or
Right.
have an account immediately be compromised. You certainly want to avoid that where you can.
Sure, and these are things that I'm not very tech savvy myself, so it's like you don't want to inadvertently, download something and then kind of not know where exactly it's going, or what exactly that means for your personal security as well. So a lot to check out there, and just kind of explain. So why the Olympic Games? I mean, why are scammers targeting the fans? Right? I mean, it's just an easy place to go. Everyone's excited and perhaps paying less attention, or
Yeah, it's very easy to rally around, right? And especially from the business perspective, like we can talk about counterfeit merchandise, for instance. There's a cost associated with this merchandise, as you will find. A lot of the stuff that has, say, the American flag on it, with appropriate stitching, with logos. Uh, One is it's a wonderful thing that so many Americans want to support their athletes with gear. But you also, cost is undeniably a factor in these cases. And in a lot of cases, what we found is folks are interested in things like company-wide purchases. So we're going to have a viewing party for the U.S. Gymnastics team event, and we're going to outfit everybody with USA gear.
right?
And of course, you want to do that, at a cost-effective rate. and resist the temptation to buy fake gear or collector's items that could be knockoffs. But that's easier said than done because there are so many sites that look exactly like an official team store where you can buy this merchandise from, and conveniently, it's significantly discounted. But the official site of Team USA is teamusashop.com. So if you can
Ooh, good
work
to
through
know.
those official teams, if you can work through them, you're going to be a lot better off. I promise it will save you a lot of headaches. There's going to be some companies that you've never heard of that are advertising discounted gear or opportunities to support athletes. It's really important that you look them up on bbb.org to know whether or not they're even deserving of your time and consideration. I promise you it'll save a lot of headaches in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, thanks so much for the tips this afternoon for everybody. Excited about the opening ceremony on Friday, of course, right here on NBC News. So we're happy to bring it to you. And yeah, just watch out for those scams and be a smart consumer, as we like to say.
Absolutely. This is a fantastic time to rally around athletes and to really see the spectacle of athleticism that the games bring about. But you want to make sure if you're going to support these athletes that you're doing so in a way that doesn't negatively harm the pocketbook.
Right. Yeah. Good call there. Seems to be true. Probably is. All right. Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Josh. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So if you're just joining me this afternoon at the Alert Center, we were chatting with Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau, a little bit about some of those Olympic Games related scams. So we're talking things like phishing texts and emails, job scans, counterfeit merchandise, a big one, right? So Josh mentioned you want to head to the official Team USA shop. That's teamusashop.com to make sure that you're not getting scammed. If a price seems too good to be true, unfortunately, it probably is, right? So before we go, just want to let you know you can always snag the latest information from us on our website. The website, of course, WOWT.com, and that's where we have all the main stories for you right here. Let me just refresh this, make sure this is the most accurate and up-to-date page that we're viewing. It is. So you can see our top story right now. Police identify motorcyclist killed in the Council Bluffs crash. That's our top story on our website, and we have several other stories for you to take a look at if you'd like to browse through there. In the meantime, before we go, want to just take a look outside at our Blackstone camera. Cloudy skies today. Hopefully that equals not too hot, but it seems like it's getting hotter. Those summer temperatures likely headed back here sooner than later. A look from our First National camera at the Missouri River. River flowing smoothly there. Nothing, doesn't look like it's any flooding to be worried about, so that's good. Quite unlike a few weeks ago when we were reporting that. Doesn't appear to be a lot of wind from the American flag either. And one more check from our Children's Nebraska cam for you here. Again, it looks kind of smoggy out there, but maybe that's from some of the cloud cover, the sun trying to poke its way through, but we'll just have to wait and see how the afternoon develops. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me at the Alert Center. Make sure you stay tuned for our first broadcast, 1 to 3, with our Dave Zavolinsky. And until then, have a wonderful day.